Elon Musk has just signaled a major strategic pivot. Before Mars, the Moon. Instead of nuclear reactors, his vision focuses on massive solar-powered infrastructure, AI-driven factories, and a self-growing lunar city called Moonbase Alpha. This isn't just another space-based proposal. It's a bold industrial strategy that could reshape how humanity uses space. So why the Moon, why solar, and why now? Let's break it down. For years, Mars has been the headline destination for SpaceX. The long-term narrative centered on building a self-sustaining civilization on the red planet. But recent statements indicate that the Moon may now become the immediate priority. This shift is not about abandoning Mars, it is about sequencing the roadmap more efficiently. The Moon offers a logistical advantage that is hard to ignore. Travel time from Earth is roughly 2 days. Launch opportunities occur far more frequently than interplanetary windows to Mars, which typically align every 26 months. That difference alone changes everything. Faster travel enables quicker iteration. Engineers can test, adjust, relaunch, and refine systems within weeks instead of years. In high-tech development cycles, iteration speed determines progress. There is also the economic dimension. Building infrastructure close to Earth reduces transportation cost, complexity, and risk. If something fails, it is reachable. Supplies, hardware, and upgrades can move back and forth rapidly. This creates a feedback loop between Earth-based industry and lunar operations. Mars, by contrast, demands extreme independence from day one. Another layer to this pivot is strategic timing. NASA, under the Artemis program, has discussed deploying nuclear surface reactors to support long-term lunar presence. Musk's proposal diverges from that path, favoring large-scale solar power systems. That contrast suggests SpaceX may be positioning itself to operate on a parallel but distinct energy philosophy. Most importantly, the Moon is not being framed as a symbolic stepping stone. It is being presented as an industrial launchpad. Its proximity makes it a laboratory for large-scale automation, energy harvesting, and manufacturing beyond Earth. Instead of focusing first on habitation challenges in deep space, the strategy emphasizes building productive infrastructure near home. In this context, the Moon becomes phase one of a broader expansion strategy. Not a detour from Mars, but a foundation for reaching it more efficiently. The pivot signals that infrastructure and industrial capacity may matter more than distance in determining the next frontier. Energy defines capability in space. Without reliable power, long-term operations collapse. NASA's publicly discussed approach includes compact nuclear reactors to supply consistent electricity on the lunar surface. Nuclear systems offer steady output regardless of sunlight conditions, making them attractive for polar operations or extended darkness. Musk's approach appears different. Instead of prioritizing nuclear reactors, the focus shifts toward massive solar collection systems. In orbit, sunlight is uninterrupted by atmosphere and weather. Panels can receive near-continuous exposure, particularly in carefully selected trajectories. That reliability changes the equation. The ambition goes beyond powering habitats. The stated vision includes large AI-driven data centers operating in orbit, potentially scaling toward terawatt-level capacity over time. That scale is enormous. Artificial intelligence infrastructure consumes extraordinary amounts of electricity on Earth. Placing computing facilities in space powered directly by solar energy introduces a new paradigm. Why avoid nuclear, at least initially? Several factors may be at play. Solar arrays are modular and scalable. They can expand gradually without the regulatory and technical complexity associated with nuclear systems. Solar hardware also aligns with SpaceX's iterative design culture. Deploy, test, expand. There is also the matter of public perception and regulatory friction. Nuclear deployments in space require careful international coordination and safety review. Solar infrastructure, while technically challenging, avoids some of that political sensitivity. From a physics standpoint, space is ideal for solar collection. There is no atmospheric absorption. Panels can orient continuously toward the sun. Thermal management remains complex, but vacuum conditions eliminate certain terrestrial constraints. The deeper philosophical difference may revolve around scale. Nuclear reactors provide consistent baseline power. Solar megastructures, however, can grow dramatically. If the goal is to power vast AI networks and satellite manufacturing systems, the ceiling matters. Solar arrays in orbit could, in theory, expand to extraordinary levels. This energy choice reveals more than a technical preference. It signals a belief that the future of space infrastructure will be defined by renewable scalability rather than compact nuclear generation. Whether that proves more practical remains to be seen, but it marks a clear strategic direction. Perhaps the most futuristic element of the proposal is the industrial model itself. Instead of relying exclusively on traditional rockets for lunar launches, Musk has mentioned the concept of an electromagnetic mass driver. In simple terms, it is a giant magnetic acceleration system that launches payloads using electric power rather than chemical propulsion. On the Moon, this idea becomes particularly attractive. Lunar gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth. Escape velocity is significantly lower. That means less energy is required to send material into orbit. If solar arrays supply abundant electricity, an electromagnetic launcher could move cargo efficiently without fuel-heavy rockets. This concept supports a broader vision, turning the Moon into a manufacturing platform. AI-driven factories could produce satellites, structural components, or computing modules directly on the lunar surface. Materials extracted locally could reduce dependence on Earth shipments over time. Automation is central to this idea. Tesla's Optimus humanoid robots have been presented as potential builders for hazardous or remote environments. On the Moon, robotic construction reduces human risk and lowers life support demands during early stages. Machines assemble infrastructure before large crews arrive. The phrase self-growing city captures the ambition. Instead of building a static base, the system expands itself. Factories create equipment that builds more factories. Energy capacity scales alongside industrial output. Software coordinates logistics with minimal human oversight. Integration with XAI adds another dimension. If computing clusters operate in orbit, manufactured on or launched from the Moon, the lunar ecosystem becomes part of Earth's digital backbone. Data processing could occur off-planet, powered by sunlight, reducing strain on terrestrial grids. This is not merely a settlement blueprint, it is an economic model. A functioning lunar industry could generate services, satellite deployment, AI computation, materials processing, that feed directly into Earth's markets. The underlying question becomes profound. When infrastructure in space begins producing value independently, does it mark the start of an off-world economy? The combination of mass drivers, automation, and solar megastructures suggests a future where the Moon is less a destination and more an extension of human industry. Elon Musk's lunar pivot represents more than a change of destination. It reframes the Moon as an industrial platform powered by solar energy, automated construction, and scalable AI infrastructure. By prioritizing proximity, iteration speed, and renewable expansion, this strategy challenges traditional assumptions about how humanity should expand into space. Mars remains part of the long-term horizon, but the foundation may begin closer to home. If solar-powered factories and electromagnetic launch systems become reality, the Moon could transform from a symbol of exploration into a functional engine of innovation. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on space exploration and scientific discoveries, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.